Represent under root 9.3 on the number line. So since it is given to you 9.3, you first have to draw a line. Say take point A and point B equal to 9.3. So this is the first step. You draw your 9.3. Now from point B to C, you draw another line segment which is always 1 unit. Regardless of what the sum is, at BC is always 1 unit. So I'll repeat again. You have taken AB as 9.3 and then you have extended it to BC, which is 1 unit. Now you need to find the center of AC. The next step is to find the midpoint of AC. To do that, you will keep your compass at A and then you will draw an arc. And keep your compass at A and draw one arc up and draw one arc down. Now keep your compass at C and with the same radius cut your previous arc. So you've seen the arc is cut at these 2 points. These are the point of intersection of the 2 arcs, and you now join those 2 points. This center that comes here is your O. So you found the midpoint of AC as O. Now keep your compass at O. You take OA as the radius on your compass and then draw a semicircle, and that semicircle will pass through C. Now for the last part, you keep again your compass at B and draw a perpendicular at B. To draw a perpendicular at B, you keep the compass at B, you draw an arc, and then you keep your compass at these 2 points here, cut the arc with the same radius, and then again you keep your compass at this point and this point and cut the previous arc. From this point to draw from this point here, this is your perpendicular at B, and extend your perpendicular. This line is very important. This is a line that you require. Here, this line, you mark this as D, where it cuts the semicircle. Here is where they cut the semicircle. This is BD. This is equal to under root 9.3. We will prove that later. Now you take the measure of 9.3, which means again keep your compass at B and take BD as your radius, and then you find the same measure here, and this BD, this will also be BD because you've taken it equal, and your BD will be equal to under root 9.3. Represent under root 3.5 on the number line. Step 1, let us draw 3.5. So you take a point here A and a point B at 3.5. So draw a line 3.5. Next, extend the AB to another 1 centimeter. So this is B, and this would be C, and you'll extend it. This would be 1 centimeter. This was 3.5, and you have 1 centimeter. Now you have to find the midpoint of AC. So to find the midpoint of AC, you keep your compass at A and then draw an arc up and one arc down like this. Now keep your compass at C. Cut your previous arc, keeping your compass at C, and cut it at this point. So these 2 points are important. Now this is a point of intersection of the 2 arcs. Do pause the video after every step. Now after you found those points, you join this up. Because mine is not come very right. So now you join. Now after you join, this point here on AB, this point is your point O. Now with O as your center, keep your compass at O and take your radius on your compass as OA. The measure on your compass as OA, and then draw a semicircle. It should pass exactly through the point C. The next step is to draw a perpendicular at C. Now to draw a perpendicular at C, what you do is keep your compass at B, perpendicular at B. So keep your compass at B, take a convenient radius and draw this arc like this here. These 2 points are important. Here and here, these 2 points. With an equal radius, cut one arc here, keep at the other point and cut an arc. Now again, keep here and here, and again draw 2 more arcs. Join this line. This line is important. This line is your under root 3.5, this one, where it cuts the semicircle, that is your D. So this is your under root 3.5. So take that under root 3.5, then measure BD on your compass. How will you do that? You will keep your compass at B and take the measure till D, and then with the same B as the center, you will draw an arc and see where it cuts your number line. So this point is important. This point here, you will mark it as under root 3.5. So we have basically drawn BD equal to this. This is your BD again. We will put this as D dash, and that is under root 3.5. So your BD dash is under root 3.5. Now let's go ahead and try another one, under root 10.5. So the step 1 is to first draw a line segment of 10.5. So you have a point, says A here, and point B, and you got to take it. This measure should be exactly, A and B should be 10.5. Now go ahead and draw 10.5. Next, you need to extend B to a point C. So BC, and this BC you need to take 1 centimeter, always 1 centimeter. The next step is to find the midpoint of AC. To find the midpoint of AC, keep your compass at A and draw an arc up. Keep your compass at A, with the same measure, draw an arc down. Now keep your compass at C. Draw an arc up and make sure it cuts the previous arc. Then again keep your compass at C, draw another arc down, make sure it cuts the previous arc. These 2 points are important, this one and this one, and you need to now join them. Here this point is O. Now with O as the center and the radius equal to OA, you are going to draw a semicircle. So this semicircle will exactly pass through point C. Now at point B, you are going to draw a perpendicular. For that, you keep your compass at B. Here at B, you first draw a small arc, convenient arc. Then keep your compass at these 2 points of the arc and cut the previous. And then keep again at these 2 points here and cut. So this is your perpendicular. You call this point D. Now your point BD is your required under root 10.5. So this is your under root 10.5. Now you have to take it on the number line. So for that, you keep your compass at B, take the measure till BD, and then keep drawing an arc like this till you come here. So this is your point. I will call it D dash. Now in this case, you have seen that your BD is equal to BD dash. So your BD is under root 10.5. So your BD dash will also be under root 10.5. Now let's justify the construction. So this is your construction. We're going to do the justification for under root 9.3. So in the first step, you had taken your full AB as 9.3, BC as 1. So in your AC is equal to 10.3, which is 9.3 plus 1. Now AC was a diameter. If you look in the figure, it is a diameter is 10.3. Therefore the radius will be half of it. 10.3 divided by 2. To remove the decimal, I'll do 103 by 2. So my radius is 103 divided by 2. 20 here, okay? We need to focus on this triangle. We're going to use Pythagoras in this triangle. So we'll find the 3 sides of this triangle. Now here we know the radius. We know OD is a radius, right? So our OD is the radius, and we said the radius what? 103 over 20. Now let us find what is OB. To find OB, we know that OC was the radius. So OB is OC minus BC. OC, and you minus the BC, and now you will get your OB. Let's go ahead. So OB equal to OC is also radius. Just look up here. Your OC is also radius. So for OC, I'm going to put radius minus BC. This BC, which I'm going to subtract here, this BC, you remember was 1 unit. We are taking it as 1 unit. So my OB equal to radius, which is 103 over 20 minus 1 unit. So OB is 103 minus 20 over 20. So OB equals 83 over 20. Now it's time for us to use the Pythagoras theorem. So in this triangle, we found our OD as here was 103 over 20. We also found OB. We found it here. 83 over 20. Now it is time to find your BD by Pythagoras theorem. And using Pythagoras theorem here, we know that OD square equal to OB square plus BD square. So OD square minus OB square equal to BD square. Now OD is 103, that's a radius, and we already found that, it's written. OB we found is 83 over 20 the whole square, and this is equal to BD square. So this is what we got. So we'll use the formula A square minus B square. A minus B, A plus B. So 103 minus 83, this is over 20 over 20, A minus B into A plus B. 103 over 20 plus 83 over 20. This is BD square. When you subtract, this is 20 over 20, and this comes 186 over 20 equal to BD square. This of course cancels out. So you have 186 over 20 equal to BD square. And 186 over 20 is 9.3 equal to BD square. So my BD becomes under root 9.3. So when I go back here, if you remember in your construction, this, our BD, is the answer that we need, is under root 9.3. Now we do the next justification of under root 3.5. We need to take focus on this triangle to do our justification. So we start again. We took AB as 3.5, and then we take BC as 1. So let me draw that again. If you remember, you took your AB as 3.5 and then you took your BC as 1. So that entire AC equal to AB plus BC. That means your AC was 3.5 plus 1 and your AC was 4.5. So this entire AC is your diameter of that semicircle. So diameter 4.5, and you'll agree radius will be 4.5 over 2. I remove the decimal, I get 45 over 20. Now who are the radii here? There's so many radii. One is OA. OA is a radius, one radius here. So I'll write OA is 45 by 20. That's a radius. Then we have another radius, and that is OD also is radius. So I'll write that OD is also 45 by 20. And there's a third radius that we're going to use, and that is OC. OC is also radius. So OC is also 45 by 20. We're now going to focus on this triangle OBD. We already know that OD was the radius here. We mark this here, OD. And that was 45 by 20. Now we need to find the side OB. Now how to find OB? If you look up in the figure, you will see your OB equal to OC minus BC. Let me show you that. So here is my BC, which is radius. So I'm going to write here, OC, which is radius. It is radius. And from there, I subtract this BC. Have you seen? This BC, I'm going to subtract it. 1. My radius, we know, is 45 by 20, that is OC, minus 1. So that is 45 minus 20 over 20, and this would be 25 over 20 is my OB. So in this triangle, right angle triangle, there is 90 degrees here. I know my two sides. One is OD is 45 by 20, And now I know my OB, and this OB is 25 by 20. So in this right angle triangle, that is triangle OBD, Pythagoras theorem, we know the hypotenuse is OD, so we have OD square equal to other two sides is BD and OB, so equal to BD square plus OB square. Now OD was a radius, and the radius we know was 45 by 20 the whole square. Then OB also we found out. We found it out as 25 by 20 the whole square plus O plus BD square. BD square is what we need to find. So we take it on the other side, so 25 over 20 the whole square minus 25 over 20 the whole square equal to BD square. A square minus B square, A minus B, A plus B. So 25 over 20 plus 25, it's A plus B. Then we have A minus B, which is equal to BD square. So here the LCM is 20, and this would be now 70, and here LCM is 20, 45 minus 25 is 20, equal to BD square. This is 1. So I get my BD square is 7 by 2. The 0 zeros cut out, 7 by 2. So BD square equal to 3.5. And your BD will be under root 3.5. And that's exactly, if you look up go back to your construction, you had taken this BD as under root 3.5. Then remember you took it on the number line. So this was equal to also BD, which was under root 3.5. Now we'll go ahead and do the justification of under root 10.5. And we do the same process. We know first we had taken our AB as 10.5. So we write there AB equal to 10.5. Then remember we took BC as 1. BC as 1. So now we get the entire AC. So the entire AC equal to AB plus BC, 10.5 plus 1. So your AC is 11.5. Now AC is the diameter. So your diameter is 11.5. So radius equal to 11.5 divided by 2, that is 115 divided by 20. Now that you got your radius 115 by 20, let's mark the different radius in this figure. One radius is the OA. So we write OA is 115 by 20 because it is radius. We have another radius, OD is also radius. So remember, OD, we will have to use this value later, 115 by 20. And we have yet another radius, and that is OC. So remember, OC is also radius. We'll use that too later, information 115 over 20. This is the second step. Now we need to find our OB. To find OB, if you see OB is equal to this entire, which is that entire OC, which is radius, minus this part here, minus BC, and BC is 1. We have taken BC as 1. So when we want to find now OB, we have radius minus 1. Radius was 115 over 20 minus 1. So your OB is 115, LCM 20, so this will be minus 20. So OB equal to 95 over 20. So in this triangle we found the two sides, and we go ahead and use a Pythagoras theorem. So we've got to use Pythagoras theorem in this triangle OBD. OD was the radius, and we found that as 115 over 20. Then we found also OB, and we found OB as 95 over 20. So we need now, using Pythagoras, to find our DC. We'll put it as X. So triangle OBD, angle B is 90, so by Pythagoras we will have hypotenuse, which is OD. OD square equal to OB square plus BD square. OD is the radius, 115 over 20, the whole square, equal to OB is 95 over 20, the whole square. BD is what we need to find. So I have 115 over 20, the whole square, minus 95 over 20, the whole square, equal to BD square. So A square minus B square, A minus B, A plus B. So 115 over 20 minus 95 over 20, that is A minus B. And now for A plus B, 115 plus 95 over 20, which is equal to BD square. Here in the second bracket I've already taken the LCM. First bracket becomes 20 over 20, and the second bracket, when you add up, you get 210 over 20 equal to BD square. I cut this out, so I get now BD square 210 over 20. I cut this out, you have BD square 21 over 2, and so BD is, which is 21 over 2, is 10.5. So this is under root of 10.5. So this is what we wanted. We wanted this BD, and our BD here now came as under root of 10.5. Then we take the BD on the number line. Remember, if you keep your compass at this point, take it on the number line, and then you get this BE also will be equal to BD. So this BE at this point will be 10.5.